Have you noticed that after 60, it's not just your body that changes, it's your peace of mind too? The aches, the slower mornings, the restless nights, they're not just signs of aging, they're signals that your body and soul are asking for something different. Here's the shocking truth. Most people believe self-care after 60 means pills, diets, or doctor visits. But that's only half the story. What almost everyone misses is that the real secret to longevity isn't just about adding years to your life. It's about adding peace to those years. And without it, even the healthiest seniors often feel tired, drained, and unfulfilled. In this video, we're uncovering 8 powerful self-care tips that go beyond surface-level health, practices that doctors agree extend your life, but also restore your calm, your joy, and your sense of balance. And here's the part you absolutely don't want to miss. Tip number 4 is the one most seniors ignore, yet it's the single habit that predicts whether you'll stay sharp, independent, and peaceful for years to come. Stay with me until the end, because once you hear it, you'll never look at your daily routine the same way again. The first and perhaps the simplest form of self-care is movement, but not the kind you might be imagining. At this stage of life, it's not about pushing heavy weights at the gym or running marathons. It's about gentle, intentional movement that keeps your body strong without draining your energy. Think of something as simple as a 20-minute morning walk. I know a gentleman named Harold, 72, who used to wake up stiff every single morning. He thought it was just old age and there was nothing to do about it. But when his doctor encouraged him to start walking around his block, not to break a sweat, just to move and breathe, everything began to shift. Within a few weeks, he noticed his knees hurt less, his balance improved, and he even slept better at night. Most importantly, he felt more at peace starting his day with fresh air and gentle motion instead of stiffness and frustration. Science backs this up, too. Studies show that light daily activity, walking, stretching, or even chair yoga, improves circulation, keeps your muscles flexible, and lowers the risk of falls. But beyond the physical, movement is medicine for your mind. When you move, your brain releases endorphins, the natural feel-good chemicals that lift your mood and quiet the stress that often builds up in later years. So don't underestimate the power of something as simple as moving your body every day. Whether it's a slow walk in the park, a gentle stretch before bed, or dancing to your favorite song in the kitchen, each step is an investment in both longevity and inner peace. The second pillar of self-care after 60 is the way you approach food. Too often, meals become automatic: toast and coffee in the morning, a sandwich at noon, maybe something quick for dinner. But here's the catch. Eating out of habit may keep you full, but it doesn't always keep you well. I once spoke with a woman named Elaine, 68, who confessed that she ate the same processed snacks every afternoon simply because it was her routine. Over time, she felt more sluggish, her blood sugar spiked, and she couldn't understand why she was constantly tired. When she made a simple shift, replacing her usual bag of chips with a small bowl of fresh fruit and nuts, her energy returned. She said it was like taking a fog off her brain. Nutritionists agree. After 60, your body doesn't burn calories the same way, but it still craves nutrients, vitamins, minerals, protein, and fiber. That means every bite counts. Choosing whole, colorful foods isn't just about avoiding disease. It's about fueling your cells, stabilizing your mood, and even protecting your memory. So the next time you sit down for a meal, ask yourself, is this food just filling me, or is it truly nourishing me? That one question could transform not only how long you live, but how good you feel while living. The third self-care habit may sound simple, but it's one of the most overlooked. Hydration. By the time you feel thirsty, your body's already signaling stress. And for seniors, chronic dehydration doesn't just mean dry mouth. It can mean dizziness, confusion, even a higher risk of falls. I remember a retired teacher named James who told me he rarely drank water. He preferred coffee and soda, and only reached for water when he felt like it. But his frequent headaches and fatigue were actually signs of low-level dehydration. Once he began carrying a simple water bottle and made it a ritual, sipping throughout the day instead of waiting for thirst, his energy improved, his thinking felt sharper, and even his skin looked healthier. Here's the key. Don't see drinking water as a chore. See it as a daily ritual of self-respect. Every glass is like telling your body, I care for you. Keep water by your bedside. Flavor it with lemon or cucumber if plain water bores you, and make it part of your rhythm, morning, afternoon, and evening. Because hydration isn't just about quenching thirst. It's about keeping your body's systems, your heart, your kidneys, your brain running smoothly. And when your body runs smoothly, your mind can finally rest in peace. If food is fuel and water is the oil, then sleep is the great repair shop for your body and soul. After 60, protecting your sleep is not just about feeling rested, it's about protecting your peace, your memory, even your longevity. Yet so many seniors shrug off poor sleep as just part of getting old. Let me share a story. Clara, 72, used to laugh off her restless nights. She'd say, I'll sleep when I'm gone, as if tossing and turning until 2 a.m. was normal. But what she didn't realize was that her irregular sleep was quietly draining her strength. Her blood pressure crept higher, her mood grew more fragile, and she found herself snapping at her grandchildren for no reason. When her doctor finally urged her to treat sleep like medicine, everything changed. She created a calming bedtime ritual, dim lights, no late-night TV, a cup of warm chamomile tea, and she committed to sleeping at the same time every night. Within weeks, her energy lifted, her laughter returned, and she confessed she hadn't felt that peaceful in years. Research backs this up. Consistent, high-quality sleep clears toxins from the brain, strengthens your immune system, and helps regulate your emotions. Skimping on sleep, on the other hand, is like robbing tomorrow to pay for today. So if you're lying in bed scrolling on your phone or falling asleep with the TV blaring, pause and ask yourself, is this helping me heal or is it stealing my peace? The truth is, one of the most radical acts of self-care after 60 is permitting yourself to rest deeply every single night. Stress is sneaky. It doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers, through a racing heart, through sleepless nights, through that heavy sigh you let out without even realizing it. And after 60, those whispers can add up to real damage. Higher blood pressure, inflammation in your joints, even a weaker immune system. I remember meeting Harold, 69, at a community center workshop. He admitted that stress was his constant shadow. Bills, health worries, family conflicts, it all piled up in his mind. He would sit in his recliner every evening, thinking he was resting, but inside his body was on fire with worry. He told me, I thought stress was just in my head, but then my doctor showed me how it was in my blood pressure, in my cholesterol, in my heart. That was Harold's wake-up call. He started walking 20 minutes each morning, practicing deep breathing before meals, and, this surprised him the most, he started journaling his thoughts instead of letting them swirl in his head. Within months, his doctor noticed the difference. His blood pressure eased, his mood lightened, and Harold himself said he finally felt like the weight was no longer crushing his chest. The lesson is clear. Stress will always try to manage you, but you have the power to flip the script. Whether it's prayer, meditation, a hobby you love, or simply stepping outside to breathe in fresh air, every small act of calm you choose is a rebellion against stress. Because here's the truth. A peaceful mind protects your body just as much as medicine. If you can learn to release what you cannot control, you give your body the freedom to heal, and your spirit the space to truly live. If stress tries to break you down, connection is what builds you back up. After 60, your social ties are not just nice extras, they're lifelines. Research shows that people with strong social connections live longer, recover faster from illness, and even experience less memory decline. Loneliness, on the other hand, can be as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Let me tell you about Mary, 74. After her husband passed, she quietly slipped into isolation. Days would pass when she didn't speak to anyone except the cashier at the grocery store. She told herself she was fine, but deep down, the silence was weighing on her spirit. She stopped cooking, stopped laughing, and even her posture seemed to fold in on itself. One of her daughters convinced her to join a local book club. At first, Mary resisted, but eventually she went, and something magical happened. She didn't just find new friends, she found new energy. She began looking forward to Thursday evenings, planning meals to share, and even started walking again with one of her new friends. As she told me later, I realized it wasn't books that saved me, it was people. That's the power of connection. It doesn't matter if it's family dinners, a church group, volunteering, or even a phone call with an old friend. Every interaction is like medicine for the soul. So ask yourself, who fills your spirit when you spend time with them? Who makes you laugh or listens when you need to talk? Reach out. Don't wait for them to call you. Pick up the phone, join that group, knock on that neighbor's door. Because your social ties aren't just about company, they're about survival, joy, and resilience. If social connection keeps your heart alive, curiosity keeps your mind young. One of the biggest secrets to longevity isn't just about eating well or moving daily, it's about never letting your mind grow old. Think about Frank, a retired engineer at 82. He could have settled into his recliner, watching the same shows every day. But instead, he decided to take a painting class. He laughed, saying he couldn't even draw a stick figure. Yet week after week, he showed up, brushes in hand, colors on his shirt, and a spark in his eyes. Over time, his paintings got better, but more importantly, his energy, his confidence, his joy came back. Science backs this up. Studies from Harvard and the Mayo Clinic show that seniors who keep learning, whether it's music, languages, new technology, or simply reading widely, protect their brains against memory loss, dementia, and depression. Curiosity literally rewires your brain, keeping those neural pathways flexible, sharp, and alive. And lifelong learning doesn't mean enrolling in college again. It can be as simple as picking up a new recipe, exploring a new walking path, learning a new card game, or even asking your grandchild to show you how to use the latest app. The point isn't perfection, it's participation. When you stay curious, you remind yourself that life is not behind you, it's still in front of you. Every day is a chance to discover, to grow, to be surprised. And that spark of discovery, it's what makes you feel truly alive, no matter your age. If curiosity keeps your mind sharp, then spirituality and gratitude keep your soul at peace. After 60, life gives us plenty of reasons to worry, aches, losses, the unknowns of aging. But it also offers something deeper, the wisdom to shift our focus from what we lack to what we already have. I remember speaking with Leonard, 79, who had been through his share of hardship, losing his spouse, health scares, and financial ups and downs. And yet, he carried a calmness that amazed me. When I asked him how he kept his spirit so steady, he smiled and said, "Every morning, I thank God for what I still have, a body that carries me, eyes to see the sunrise, children who call me. Gratitude is my medicine." That is the essence of spirituality. Not just religion, though faith is powerful for many, but a sense of connection to something larger than ourselves. It might be God, it might be nature, or simply the belief that your life has meaning and purpose. Pair that with gratitude, and suddenly even ordinary days feel like blessings. Science confirms what wisdom already knew. Studies show that practicing gratitude lowers blood pressure, improves sleep, and reduces depression. Spiritual practices, whether prayer, meditation, or simply quiet reflection calm the nervous system and boost resilience. It's not just about feeling better in the moment. It's about creating an anchor that steadies you through the storms of aging. So start small. Before bed, list 3 things you're grateful for. Spend 5 quiet minutes in prayer or reflection when you wake up. Step outside and notice the beauty of a bird, a flower, or the sound of laughter. These small spiritual habits ripple through your entire being, giving you inner peace that no medicine can buy. Because in the end, longevity isn't just about how many years you live. It's about how much peace, joy, and love you carry in those years. And gratitude is the key that unlocks all of it. We've just walked through 8 powerful wellness tips after 60, each one a small habit with the potential to completely reshape your life. Move your body every day, nourish it with mindful eating, stay hydrated, protect your sleep, manage stress, nurture your connections, keep curiosity alive, and anchor your spirit with gratitude. These aren't just routines, they're building blocks for a longer, healthier, more peaceful life. Now, here's what I want you to reflect on. Which of these 8 spoke to you the loudest today? Maybe you realize you've been skipping water, or maybe you see how much you've let stress steal your joy. Perhaps you feel inspired to pick up the phone and reconnect with a friend. Don't try to change everything at once. Just choose one and start there. Small steps, taken daily, create the biggest transformation. Your health and peace of mind are the greatest gifts you can give not just to yourself, but to everyone who loves you. Imagine the joy your children and grandchildren will feel seeing you strong, engaged, and radiant with energy. That's the legacy you're building with these choices. If this message resonated with you, here's how you can support this channel and help spread the wisdom of aging well. Comment below with the number of the tip that touched you most. Was it number 2, number 6, or maybe number 8? Hit that like button so more seniors can discover this important message. Subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss future videos. We have so much more to share that can change your life for the better. And don't stop here. In our next video, we'll dive into simple but surprising daily habits that might be silently harming your health after 70. You definitely don't want to miss that. So take today's lessons, carry them with you, and remember, aging is not about losing, it's about living wiser, fuller, and with more peace than ever before.